anybody be hung up on clothing? God's not. A lot of Christians today take what they personally don't like and they say it's sin. God's not dead. God's alive. And it's time that Christians stop taking the back seat in the music business.
So are you guys on drugs?
STRYPER's more bold on a secular record label than most Christians are on Christian record labels. God has called us to be a light in a dark place, and rock and roll is a dark place.
Once upon a time, way back in the 1950s, parents could easily tell what music their kids were into, for traditional religious music sounded like
Almighty fortress is our God, a bulwark never fails.
But that terrible rock and roll blasted like
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight.
Then along came the 1960s, and out came the drug freaks and the hippies. Mom and Dad's job got even easier, for acid rock now blared like but Christian music remained true blue like
You may ask me how I know my Lord is real.
the Jesus movement of the 70s made parents work harder. This mass conversion was an explosion of millions of flower children from their peace marches and communes to Jesus Christ. Denominational leaders were horrified when bearded, barefooted, blue jean-clad believers showed up for worship. To make matters worse, these Jesus freaks brought their guitars, drums, and rock music style with them. Panicky parents, unable to hear the lyrics, couldn't tell the difference between secular and gospel. After a time, Jesus music became acceptable. Drum sets and amplifiers filled many church platforms. An uneasy truce had been called, and for a while, music style ceased to be an issue. But just when pastors and parents thought it was safe to take out their earplugs, along came the 80s. People finding Christ from the lifestyles which included heavy metal music like couldn't develop an overnight taste for gospel music which sounded like
He loves me, can it be?
overnight sprang up groups like Petra,
God can rock and roll to you. Can rock and roll to you.
Undercover, Sermons, these artists, while claiming a born-again experience, had a music style that was virtually identical to that playing on secular radio stations everywhere. Church youth began listening, and some even liking. It was simply a matter of time before these Christian rock bands invaded the churches. Now there's STRYPER, fresh from Los Angeles and Enigma Records, the company that gave the world Rat and Motley Crue. Four fellas that claim to play heavy metal music for Jesus. Just who are they? Start with